Good morning, y'all. It's Toxic Positivity, Brittany J. It's been a few days. It's been a while. I didn't really get any downloads, but Spirit wanted me to do a story time. Um, just some things uh, that they want me to touch on. And the word was accountability. Such a nasty word. But accountability is so important, especially when it comes to healing. I mean, just with anything. Accountability is important with anything, honestly. It's everything. So, as far as my accountability, I'm trying to not make this a long video. I'm trying to just get to the point. The point is, it's like 3 points. Okay, so going through a separation from my husband, and people have their opinions, and this is my way. This don't have to apply to nobody else. This is the way I live my life. People ask me like, "Oh, why you don't take your husband for child support and da 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 da." And there's several reasons. So the first reason is I understand energy. So me, as far as energy is, um, I don't really want to associate with him at all. Like as much as possible. The least contact I have with him, the better. He's unreliable. So, he it's hard for him to keep a job for a certain amount of time because he thinks he's the man. So me getting caught up and being reliant on his child support really would just frustrate me. And I don't have time or patience for it. So I'd rather just not be bothered. The next thing is me. I'm kind of a all or nothing person. And also this is the hey yoga in me. I do the opposite. I tend to do the opposite naturally of what other people do. So I'm more, if you're not going to spend time with my kids, then I don't want your money. Like, I'm all or nothing. You can give them time and give them money. I'm not going to do one or the other. It's going to be all of it or nothing. So some people are like, well, I don't care if you don't spend time, but you better give me the money. And money to me is energy. Money is energy too. So, when you understand energy, it really doesn't matter if it's time or money. And that was another reason why we separated, because he wasn't spending any time with our kids. So it's like, if you wasn't spending time with them when we was together, why would I expect you to do it now? So it's just a lot of things. But that's what I said, people don't really understand the dynamic. So of course they're naturally just gonna assume, oh well, if he's not gonna be there, then he should give you money, da 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 da. It's all energy. I'm all about energy. Yeah, they could probably be doing a lot better, if we had money from him, but then again, it's not going to be consistent. So, anyway, so this is where the accountability comes in. Now, this is a hard thing for people to do, and it's a hard pill to swallow. But I had to take accountability that was this man a good person to have children with? No, he was not. He wasn't showing me that He wasn't showing me he could be a good dad. He was telling me he wanted to be a good dad because the way he grew up, his dad wasn't there. So, and like I said, I was very young and dumb, and I would believe everything he said. He was like, "Oh, my dad wasn't there for me, so I'm going to be there for my kids, yada, 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 this, that, and the third." And I believed him, but he wasn't showing me. So I was all in my emotions. Now I'm not in my emotions no more. My ass is just about balance. So that's where my accountability comes from. And this is what a lot of people, women, men, they don't do. Like, they don't see or check themselves and say, like, was this person a good person to have kids with? No. So that is another reason why I don't really go crazy as far as like going after him, because I'm like, I have to take accountability too. Like, this wasn't the best person you should have had kids with. So, that's where your responsibility comes from. Like, if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, it's all on you. And this is my perspective. This is not for anybody else. This is for me. I'm just hoping that my story can show another side of the situation. Because I know a lot of people be like, oh, he's a deadbeat, da 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 da. But also, you kind of knew he was going to be that way, because You probably didn't see it fully at the time because I wasn't logically thinking, I was emotionally thinking. I wasn't thinking with my whole self, I was thinking with my emotions. And now I have to deal with the consequences of that. And that's fine. I don't mind doing that. But as long as I acknowledge and I take accountability for the reasons, like, it's all good. Like, once I'm good with it, I don't care what other people think. I never care what other people think anyway. But I'm just going off of what people are like. Oh, you should take him for child support. Da, da, da. I don't care about none of that. My kids are good. As long as he's not around, they're good. They're good. They were good before he left. They're good now. They're even better now. Because now they're not walking on eggshells, worrying about if he's going to come home yelling at them or whatever. So now he's out the way and we're free. So, yeah, it's about accountability. A lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people don't want to say, oh, they got with the wrong person. They had kids with the wrong person. And sometimes, like, you be on the outside looking in, like, somebody will tell me, oh, he's a deadbeat. But I'm like, he was a deadbeat before he was doing that. Like, I'll be listening to with some women. I'm like, from what you're telling me, he don't sound like a good guy to have a kid with. And they'll do it anyway. So I'm like, then you have to deal with that consequence when it comes up. Like, I'm not going to feel bad for you. Because I already saw the signs before you had a baby with him. So the fact that you didn't see it, that's where you have to learn that lesson. Everybody has to learn that lesson. I learned my lesson and I'm dealing with my lesson. So I'm good. Like, my conscience is clear. My conscience is clear. And like I said, I take accountability. Like, he wasn't the best person to have kids with. So I have to deal with that. And I choose not to deal with his energy, his money, his excuses, his whatever. I don't choose to deal with it. So my kids are not missing out on anything. People think they are, but they're not. Yeah, life could be so much better, but their life is great. My life could be so much better, but my life is great. It's all about perspective. And, you know, it's just the beginning. So that's what they wanted me to talk about. Accountability. Take responsibility for your actions and your mistakes. That's how you learn. Like, you learn from mistakes. It's great to make mistakes. How else you gonna learn? How else you gonna learn? You gotta make mistakes. So, yeah, no child support. I don't believe. I don't believe in it for me. Other people, they most likely probably need it, probably want it. In my case, I don't need it and I don't want it. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Oh, that's what Spirit wanted me to talk about. Accountability. Accountability is everything. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next one. All right, peace.